Hey, my name is Ken and I help people start their personal brands by making easy cinematic content. Today I'll be teaching you the basics on how to edit cinematic content on Capcut. Before I get started, if you're a small creator who's struggling to stand out, you can join me inside my school community where I can help you make easy and unique videos for your personal brand. The link for that is in the description below. First and foremost is the cuts and transitions. So there's 6 basic cuts that we need to know. The first one is a hard cut where it's pretty much just one clip to the next. In my opinion, it's the best transition, it's the most common one. The next one is a B-roll cut, which cuts between an original clip and a B-roll shot, which I like to do as well. I like to use B-roll cuts in most of my short form videos, but with long form, not too much. The third transition is the L cut, which is where the audio stays the exact same between multiple clips. So for example, a voiceover. Next is the J cut, which is where a clip stays the same while audio from the next scene starts. Alright, so I'm in Capcut right now and I just wanted to show you an example of what a J cut is and how I do it. So you want to extract your audio, right? You want to have an audio file and a video file, and what you do is pretty much move the audio forward a little bit into the previous clip so that it starts earlier. Okay, so that's what a J cut is. So the audio starts first and then the visuals start next. The next cut is the match cut, which is where you cut from one object to another similar object. For example, if I cut from my water bottle into a cup or something. And the final transition is the insert cut, where you cut to a specific object or a subject. These are pretty much most common with close-up shots and extreme close-up shots. So I just put these 2 clips into Capcut just to show you guys what a match cut is. So basically one shot is a medium shot of me and my face watching the television, and the next shot is a close-up point of view of me watching the television, so it's like it matches. Next up, we have sound design. Now, I love to use ambient sounds to set the tone and mood, and a lot of creators like to do that as well. Even in movies, they use ambient sounds. Now, where you can find cinematic ambient sounds is obviously on YouTube. You can search them up, or there's a website called pixabay.com. So this is what the website looks like. You can see the sounds that they offer and just type in like cinematic, and then you'll have plenty of trailer sounds, ambient sounds, and everything else. What I also like to do personally is to switch between different music and sounds for each chapter of my videos. Okay, so every time I talk about a different topic in my videos, I like to switch the music up into a completely different track or something similar. For example, if I want my video to be like very inspiring, if that's the entire theme, then I would pick only inspiring sounds and music for that video. I wouldn't pick any like hip hop beats or anything like that, right? Another tip is to cut your clips in sync with your music beats. Now, this is more common with short form videos, especially on TikTok because it's like a music platform. You see a lot of videos that are synced with the music and all of the beats and stuff, which is a good thing to learn. So when you edit your music on Capcut, like you can set your duration for each and every one of your clips in sync with the beat. And it's a really cool effect. It makes it a lot more professional and clean. It's just a good tip. Finally, dialogue should be louder than your background music. It's kind of obvious, but some people make the opposite mistake. So take a look at this, for example. This is my voiceover track and this is my music track, okay? This voiceover has to be a lot louder than the actual music. So I would have to really dial this down. But usually I do like minus 20 decibels and I put my voiceover just a little bit louder than normal. Next up, we have pacing. Now, the formula for pacing is visual, audio or auditory, and verbal. Visual is pretty much your shots, right? Your cinematic shots. Audio is like your music, your voiceovers, your sound effects, etc. Verbal is the communication that you use with your dialogue or your voice. So use cuts and sounds to set the visual and auditory pace. For example, if you want your video to be really fast, then you would obviously have to do fast-paced cuts. The duration for each clip that you use has to be short. Now, if you're doing a speaking video or a voiceover where you're talking on camera or on your mic, then consider your speaking speed. This is pretty much your verbal and auditory pace. This is where you set your pace in the intro of your video. So as soon as you say your first sentence, that is pretty much the pace that you have to stick to. You can't go from slow to fast or fast to slow, okay? Don't switch it up. Now, segments with different pacing is okay. For example, one chapter of your video can be slow and a little 10-second segment can be fast. For example, if you have a fast video compilation of cinematic shots, right? That's okay. Always stick to the original speed. Don't change it up completely. Now, in terms of keyboard shortcuts, I like to use Q and W. So if I select this section of my clip and press Q, it's going to delete this left side, okay? So there. Now, if I select this clip again and press W on my keyboard, it's going to delete this right side. There. And it's so useful, especially when you're editing shorts, right? It just becomes so much faster for you. You can press the up and down arrows on your keyboard to skip through the start and the ends of each video. So right now I'm pressing the up key to go back and the down key to go forward. Okay. You can hold Command or Control on your keyboard. I'm on Mac, so I'm holding Command, and scroll on your mouse to zoom in and zoom out on your timeline. Now, if you have a talking head footage, if you're speaking to the camera like I do, then always put your talking head in the main timeline. So B-roll always has to be on top and A-roll is in the main timeline. Now, in terms of visual effects, Capcut has plenty of them. Let's start with the animation. So if you select your clips, you can go to the animations tab and use all of the free animations that Capcut offers. I like to use the fade in effect every time I start my videos. I also like to use fade out, obviously. And to be honest, all of the other free animations that Capcut has aren't really, the cinematic style that we're trying to get here. So I don't really use them as much, besides like rock or shake for my short form videos. Other than that, I just use fade for my long form. Whereas the transitions over here in this tab, there are plenty that captures that cinematic vibe. For example, glare is a good transition. I'm going to replay that just like that. It's pretty cool. I like this effect personally. I also like using the color glitch effect. So it looks like that. Right, but I don't really use that too much now. And obviously some popular effects on TikTok especially, there's a pull out effect like that. And then there's also like the left and right effects, the sliding effects like that. But I don't really use them for long form, only for short form. I like to get creative with it. There's plenty of free ones that you can try out. And remember to consider your pacing, right? If you use this transition or an animation, you can also set the duration for each, okay? So consider your pacing. Now, in terms of captions, unfortunately, the auto caption feature is now limited on CapCut. It used to be free, but it's now, you can only try it for a few times and then you'd have to use the pro version. So in order to create captions, we're going to have to manually write them down. So I manually write them down, and it is, in my opinion, worth the time and effort, because if you really want to step up that quality, if you want to get that cinematic vibe, captions always help with long form and short form videos. So what I do is I go to the text tab, insert some text, and then I just drag the text all the way throughout my entire video. Okay, for example, if this is my entire video of me speaking, then I drag my text throughout the entire duration, go to my text, put it to where I want, choose my font, and then I go through each and every sentence that I say and then cut them up individually. Okay, I don't write anything first. I cut them up and then I go to my actual script. For example, this is my script. I grab one sentence and I copy and paste it into where I actually say in the video. So I can select this, copy and paste it there, right? Pretty fast if you have a script with you. And obviously you would have to adjust, like zoom in and adjust each caption that it's synced with the audio. If it's not, then it's hard to understand. It's pretty bad. Now that you know how to edit cinematic videos on CapCut, if you need help filming or scripting your videos, I can help make it easy and unique for you to create content that stands out for your personal brand. And this is done inside my creator community, which is all about creating authentic cinematic videos. Inside, you actually get your own content system as well as access to my practical video courses, which covers every single topic that you need to know. On top of that, I host live Q&A calls every week with myself and big influencers around the world. This is where you can ask your own personal questions to me or any other big creator that I bring onto this platform. This includes tips, advice, even content feedback. If you want to join today, click the link in the description below and I'll see you inside.